Shelby Oaks was written and directed by Chris Stuckman, the title being a reference to a fictional town in Ohio where a group of paranormal investigators found their way because of a online series they were hosting at the time. And one of these people in this group mysteriously goes missing one day. And now, nearly 20 years later, her older sister Mia is pulling all the cards to try and find her. And it is presented in an interesting way, essentially three different formats. A documentary format that is being made, that Mia's help getting made about her looking for her sister. There is a found footage aspect as well when we look at these videos from this online web series that these people hosted. And then it's, also, for lack of a better word, normal too. So we go back and forth between those three different mediums throughout the film. It's pretty cool getting to see this movie now, going to the theater to see this, because for those who don't know, Chris Stuckman is a YouTuber. He does primarily movie reviews and has been doing them for about 15 years now. I don't watch him anymore, not because of him at all, but just like around last year sometime, I kind of fell out of review content in general. Movie reviews, music reviews, I just kind of lost interest in that genre of YouTube, so I stopped watching him last year, but I had been watching him for about 10 solid years there. If it's not obvious, I definitely have taken some influence in the way that I approach at least doing my movie reviews, but I do really like his stuff, and even though I don't watch him much anymore, sometimes I do revisit certain videos here and there, and it's just really cool. I'm happy for him. He had talked about how he was trying to be a filmmaker for years, and about how he was writing different scripts, and he had made some short films that he'd upload to YouTube as well. And so I just think that it's awesome. I'm really happy just for this moment that he's experiencing now. And also learning more about some stuff that had happened in his upbringing that he had shared in the past few years, and knowing how that influenced the story here that was written by him and Samantha Elizabeth, his wife, actually, just gives me even more respect for the type of story that we got here and knowing the context behind it. And I'm happy to say that I like this movie. I was going to be honest. If I didn't like it, I was going to say I didn't like it, but I think that this is a pretty solid horror mystery movie. The mystery part, I felt like especially was well done here. You're constantly on edge because of the search for Mia's sister here. Mia, played by Camille Sullivan, who, by the way, is great in this movie. She kind of carries the cast. I'll get to that later. But she did a fantastic job here. And yeah, there is just constantly this mystery and this question of where her sister is. And I thought that mystery persisted throughout the movie. It does a good job at creating a creepy atmosphere and that building tension that really does help in the scenes that attempt scares, because I didn't find it that scary, to be honest. There are some attempts as well at violence and gore that I just didn't think always landed, but I did always find the built-in tension leading up to that to be effective. And I also just want to give some quick praise to the script here for utilizing these different elements, as I mentioned, the found footage, the mockumentary formats, pretty well. It never felt disjointed in any way. I thought it always was used well, and that they spread out and dispersed, especially the found footage bits, pretty well throughout the movie. I wanted to say that because unfortunately there were other aspects of the screenplay that did disappoint me. Quite a bit of notable exposition, in particular, characters looking online, doing internet searches. One scene I remember where a character is flipping through a book that shows a bunch of different photos and pretty much confirms everything that I'm sure most people watching the movie would have suspected was going on at this point and could predict from a ways away leading up to this scene. And I just didn't like that. I felt like it was a very typical way to reveal all that. Talking more about the cast, like I said, Camille Sullivan did a great job. I thought she was really good. I liked her character as well. But yeah, besides her, I wasn't really too impressed with anyone else in the cast. There's a character who is basically like the Ron Livingston character in The Conjuring. Your very typical supportive, oblivious husband.
Everything's gonna be okay, honey.
Pull through, it's gonna be fine.
That's pretty much his only purpose in the movie. You do have the legendary actor Keith David making an appearance, which is quite an impressive pull by Stuckman to get him in this. And he's barely in the movie, but I did think he did a good job. And most of the actors did fine, but yeah, Sullivan definitely the star of the show. But yeah, as much as I did have some issues with how the story was written, I did find it very interesting. I like the premise. I like the different formats that were utilized between mockumentary and found footage and whatnot. And I just thought there was some great tension built up as well. Like I said earlier, you get several scenes where you see something maybe in the background or in the corner of the frame, and there are these long takes that allow you to look at everything on the screen. I didn't love this movie, but I did think it was well done. I think especially for a directorial debut, it's pretty damn impressive. Overall, a great Shelby Oaks, and 8 out of 10. Mr. Stuckman, I don't know if you're watching this, but I just want to say thanks if you are. You definitely partially inspired me to do this channel, so thank you. Watching your reviews definitely helped me as well to educate myself on movies and on filmmaking, and just learning different terms as well. And keep making movies, dude, because you're good at them. So I hope you do, and I'm looking forward to what you do next. But if any of you have watched Shelby Oaks, let me know what you thought of it as well. And I have nothing else to say, so that's it. Peace out.